Dembele in particular, everyone knows he's a talented player. He's fast, he's tricky, he's two-footed. But the best players that I've played against and played with deliver in and around that penalty box. The final pass, the goal, the cross. And he's capable, we just don't see it often enough. Shall we get the negatives out the way first?
Go on then.
Athletic Club were horrendous. I mean, absolutely horrendous today. Defensively, their team shape, their shutting down, everything you need when you go to the Camp Nou and play against these players, you need to do the basics first. All those things, fullbacks couldn't defend, got isolated with the wide men, everything. That's the negatives. The positives are, Barcelona are a damn good team when they don't have to defend, right? If you let them play, they're got great players. But they're a team when you ask questions of them defensively can be shaky. But they were literally not asked to defend until that game was over. If you allow this Barcelona team to play with this rota of players in the final third, they can rip you apart. Look at the games they've struggled this year, not just domestically, but in Europe, with teams that have asked questions. Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and others have all asked questions. We never got that today. And that's a bit of a shame, really.
What we did get, though, Luis, is the best version of Dembele.
Something that we want to see more often is a player who can have some ups and downs. The consistency is something that everybody is asking from him. We know the quality, the ability, the speed, the power, the unpredictability that he's got. And in the last year, the way that he can manage a whole team. And you need to always try to cover with two players that right side because he's so good on that. But definitely, he's not getting injured. That's something very positive. He's been for quite a while. We're talking about 3-4 months from last season till now. And he's getting there. He's trying to bring in more this season. Scoring-wise is better. Assisting-wise is better. And he's not getting injured. He's been more working in defense. We've seen today trying to help Sergio Roberto in some capacity. So that's something that Xavi needs from him. Is he able to do it every single week in and week out? That's something we still need to see. But definitely today, it was amazing, outstanding during the whole game.
I thought young Baldy was excellent as well. I know Robbo picked up in the commentary. And I thought it was a real chest-out performance from Frankie de Jong. You know, demanding the ball, being tidy in possession, driving forward with the ball, running at defences, getting the other side of midfields, getting at that back line. And I thought it was and maybe because it was such a confidence performance from the whole team, maybe because it was such a ragged performance from Athletic Club, that's why we saw that. But those were the positives for Barcelona. There was really not a negative, apart from, the injury to Gavi, which doesn't look too serious, and more so the injury to Sergio Roberto, which did look a little bit more serious.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing from Gemma Soler at the Camp Nou a little bit later. We'll get an update on that one. Luis, when you see Barcelona like this, you mentioned that midweek game that's coming up against Bayern. It's hard to understand how they've got into this situation in the Champions League.
Yes, of course. It's a team that it was built to win the trophy, so to win every single challenge that they go in front of them. But they didn't expect that in the same group it will be Bayern Munich, that is built for the same thing, and Inter the Milan, that is built to the same thing. And that's something that at certain moments, I'm not going to take away that it's true that in some of the games, probably first game against Bayern Munich, one of the games against Inter the Milan, they probably deserve a little bit more. But football is like this. If you don't, you are not clinical in the last third inside the box. If you don't have the end product like they have today, of course you are to struggle because you are facing the best of the best. Against Inter, they cover very well the wide area, something that Athletic Club didn't do today. And of course, we would love to see Barcelona going forward. But it's going to be tricky. It's going to be difficult. The most important now that they keep this momentum, that they continue with this feeling, with this confidence. And we don't know if they're going to make it. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely at least try to keep going, not allowing Real Madrid to make a big gap in between the two of them. and see if they're going to arrive to Europa League. We'll see what happens in the future, but at least keep that consistency and winning in a row.
Just go back to that point you made there. I don't think it is really a big surprise they're in this position in the Champions League because they can't defend. And I know they've had injuries, Christensen in the crowd, Araujo's been out, I understand. But against the better teams, they've not been able to defend well enough, hence the fact they've lost as many goals as they have. Yeah, Lewis is correct. Lewandowski had an off night in Munich. That game could have been 2 or 3 up at half-time, but it wasn't. And then you have to rely at the other end of the field. Inter took them apart, Bayern took them apart, and that is their Achilles heel against the better teams. Until they fix that, they're not going to win these competitions.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.